We didn't meet in first grade, alas. However, we met my sophomore year of college. We had both, I was studying at the University of Arizona, and we had sort of both signed up. Thank you! Come on, kids! But we both signed up to a trip to Israel that was sort of co-sponsored by University of Arizona Hillel and Taglit and whatnot. And I think there's very much there's a lot that's sort of, in a very cliched way, it's very Jewish in terms of a lot of those connections that you make with people starting out with a journey. And Torah's full of that, Bible's full of that, and I think that speaks to a lot of people's experiences. And we were the first two in our group to show up at LAX, and we got to chatting, and we had the same first name, and you know, we both knew people in Denver, and it sort of snowballed outrageously from there, and we just sort of clicked. And what I think really drew me to Sarah was things on the trip kept going wrong. And it was a wonderful trip, let me say that first, but things kept going wrong. Yeah. The weather was terrible, it snowed, it rained, sleeted, our flights kept getting delayed. We were traveling on a bus with lots of sort of barely out of adolescent, very high-maintenance individuals, and at the risk of coming across as misogynistic, many of them were women. I'm sorry. Perpetuating negative stereotypes about American tourists and Jews in general. And Sarah could just not be brought down by any of it. She was utterly, it was just water off of a duck's back throughout the entire thing. And despite all of the things that kept happening, you know, a cat that we let into the team and our roommate flipped out, you know, things that kept happening, despite all of these just bizarre sort of series of unfortunate events, for lack of a better term, she remained very gung-ho and just unfazable. And I think that speaks a lot to many of her relationships with other people in terms of she is someone who you really come as you are. And that is such a rare thing to run into in individuals. And I found her family to be much the same way. And I haven't been back to Tucson in pushing 3 years. I had to move for career stuff, and we stayed in touch, of course, but I didn't get in until, you know, I didn't see anyone until Thursday night. Up until then, I didn't know this guy from a can of paint, and a lovely can of paint, to be sure. And everyone was, and much as Panda over there said, everyone was so wonderful about sort of bringing me into the fold, even though I had been gone for you know, pushing 3 years out in the DC area. And as for David, like I said, up until Thursday, I did not know him from a can of paint, but I have never seen Sarah this happy with anyone. And from the time that we sort of met, we were hanging out this weekend, that sort of thing, it was a series of very keen observations and all of those protective gestures that really reassure someone when you go back somewhere and think, oh my gosh, my best friend's marrying some guy that I don't know from a can of paint. And stuff like we went to a comedy club Thursday night, a bunch of drunken disorderlies, you know, and David was wonderful with handling that particular situation, and it sort of snowballed from there. And I am so glad to be here, and I really feel honored to be here doing the toast thing, doing the witness to the marriage contract thing, and I'm so glad to be back here, and I wish you guys the best. You guys are fantastic. Sarah and David.
Thank you. Cheers.